Hello, hello everyone. How's it going? How's it going? We are here today with Raven and Ya. Raven, would you like to tell the people who you are and what you're about?
Hi, I'm Ravenna, but you can call me Raven. I am a Yandere catbat virus. Ooh, spooky. I love crawling through your PC and stealing all your saved passwords and credit card information. But don't worry, I won't look at your browser history unless you want me to.
I always
I might
love
have
the
already taken a peek
inclusion
though.
of unless you want me to.
Mm, unless you want me to, like you freaking like that. But you might have already looked, so it's fine.
Well, I think I really want to start because I don't know. First of all, love the design, love the everything about it. The Yandere Catbat virus. It's so fun. It's such a interesting mixture of things. But I want to know what inspired you to start in VTubing? What made this the path you went down?
um, so I was lonely during COVID. Um, I started looking around 2021, but I didn't do anything until 2022. But I was stuck at home. All my school was online. Um, couldn't see any of my friends or my partner, and I basically was like the caretaker for my parents and my sibling. And I was like, I need something for me. I need some me time. I need some me things. And then I found VTubing through looking for OC design stuff. Actually, through my new camo model, I found camo. Um, I found her art. And then I was like, oh my god, this is a VTuber model? You can have like a virtual avatar you can control? Let me look into this. And I looked into it, and then I went down a rabbit hole, and then I found some other streamers, and I'm like, you know what, this is something I could do. I can talk to people again. I can play games and people can watch me. This is the best. So yeah, and then I became a VTuber, and here we are.
That's interesting. I find it interesting because you have like a very truncated version of my timeline, which was like find out about VTubing, want to do it, but mine was about 2021, and then I didn't touch it again. Like I made a design, and I'm like, this is cool, and then I didn't touch it again until the end of 2024, and I was like, all right, maybe. And then my daughter called me out, and she was like, oh, you say I can be anything. Why aren't you a VTuber? And I'm like, well, shit. Okay, I guess I need to do this now.
Man.
Now I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I started with a different design and I sat on it for like a year before I like really like looked into becoming a VTuber. So I was like, isn't that good enough? And then I debuted it and then immediately started designing a new one.
I don't know. Chad, you're gonna have to bear with me for a second. I think your design is so cool. It's even just up on my screen. I'm sitting here noticing things that, like, I've watched you, I've seen your posts, I've all of that, and I'm still like little things. I'm like, it's just so cool. It is so well. It ties together so well.
Thank you. No, yeah, that's I call it a color clusterfuck because that's exactly what I wanted. There's like a funny story about how I came up with all the colors. Not really funny, but like there's a story. Basically, one of my ex-friends told me that if I had more than two colors in my hair, it was gonna be ugly and nobody was gonna like me. So I said, fuck you, and I added four. So yeah, it started off with just pink and blue because I was already adding a little bit of pink and blue to my hair over the years before I had this one finalized. And then I added the black as kind of like dead pixels areas just to make it pop.
That's so cool. I'm sorry. I'm just from a design standpoint nerding out about it. So, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's so much fun because also like the like the pink and the blue are just close enough to like the 3D vibe, like in old movies when you're looking at like the cyber realm, and it all looks so good.
Yeah, a big inspiration was the Blade Runner movies.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so I remember watching those with my dad, and then I was just like, you know what? I really like what's going on here. And then I always knew I liked cyberpunk and cyber stuff, but I was like too embarrassed to like really embrace it. But I went back to all those old movies and watched them as I was like scrolling Pinterest and like making notes about what I wanted.
And I think that's great. I feel like VTubing for a lot of people is sort of an outward expression of things that you've sort of held tight to your chest for a while. I know now we're in a place where like anime club isn't something that's super weird and you're not like that guy who has no friends. But when I was going to school, a lot of this stuff was stuff that like you don't talk about it or you get made fun of heavily. And so I feel like VTubing has become a space where like all that stuff that you used to hold in close to your chest and didn't tell anyone is more accepted and able to come out.
Yeah, I was actually having a conversation with a friend the other day about that because we went to a convention and it was an anime convention and we were just like, damn, it's so crowded here. Like, I remember when I used to get bullied for liking anime and now you can't even walk down the aisle because there's so many people here. Like, there was, I overheard like younger kids talking about like, what's your favorite anime? And then people were like, have you seen Bleach? And they're like, what's Bleach? What's Black Butler? I was like, oh my god, they don't know. They know Demon Slayer and what's the other one? JJK. That's the anime that they know. And I'm like, it became such a big part of me. So it makes me kind of happy to see like kids nowadays getting into it.
Absolutely. That is the great thing. My son even he loves watching anime with me. He is really hooked on Digimon and Pokemon, which I can't blame. At his age, I was too.
Digimon! Sorry.
Yes, okay. So for his birthday last year, I got him one of the old season 3, the ones with the barcode scanner.
Tamers.
Yes, I found an old Digivice of that online and bought it for him, and so he goes around like scanning stuff and he has his Digivice. Just the fact that he's able to fully enjoy that and talk about it and not feel super weird, I think is fantastic.
Yeah, no, I recently got into Digimon the last couple years because my partner really likes it, Turtle.
Yo, Turtle, what's
And
up?
he grew
Hit
up
me
with
up
it.
sometime.
Yeah, no, he loves to talk Digimon. And I got into it. I didn't watch season 2. I got bored. But I like season 1, and I've seen Tamers, and I've seen War Games movie.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. And we recently just got the 70th anniversary Godzilla V-Pets that we ordered like
that's
a year
so
ago.
cool.
Yeah, we ordered them like a year ago and we finally got them like a couple months ago. And I also got the Godzilla X War War Agumon statue. So yeah, I'm a bit of a Digimon nerd.
That's awesome. So it's funny that we ended up talking about Digimon because that was completely unplanned. But when I get back, because wife is like about to pop with baby, and
Oh yeah.
I already have it planned that when I officially come back to streaming, the first thing I want to do is we completed the new Digimon game, and so we have a full Digi encyclopedia, and we're getting together and we're doing a smasher pass of all the Digimon in the game. And so that's like my comeback like idea for like when we're officially back to doing it. I'm like, all right, we're gonna get everyone together and we're gonna do a smasher pass with Digimon.
Oh heck yeah. I love that.
But
I have a lot of weird ones that I would smash.
okay, so when I first debuted the model, we did a Pokemon Smash Pass, and we did all over 1,000 of them. It was like 6 hours of just like, because you had to justify it too. There were ones that are like obvious ones, but there's other ones where like, all right, no, you need to explain yourself. And so we went through and did all of them, and there's definitely ones that's like, I don't know why, but yes.
It's like, I like this. I like this a lot.
I don't want to look further into it, though. I don't know what that says about me, but I'll just...
Like, don't make me explain.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't make me explain. Just know that I vibe.
Oh, RM, I'm sorry that your kid got the flu. Yeah, I know, he was really excited about this one. You have to understand, the people in my community were super hyped for this one. RM is the guy that I was telling you about, that we did the talking about the adult industry and ways to be safe in it and stuff like that. He did that episode with me.
Oh, that means a lot. I've been so excited too.
Yes, we're sorry. I got lost in Digimon, but the next thing is just an absolute glaze fest. So I saw a post recently that you made that was talking about how, like, regardless of the algorithm or whatever, you're gonna retweet your friends' stuff, you're gonna support your friends, and without getting too deep into personal stuff, there is a situation that I got to see full blast how fantastic a friend Raven is. And so I just want everyone to know that Raven's a real one, and she cares about her friends and is super great. So just wanted to throw that out there and embarrass her for a second while she's sitting
Oh,
here.
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, wait. Yeah, no, it's just regarding the whole like retweeting my friends thing. It's just I've noticed this being my third year, 3.5 ish in this community. It's people like have a really bad habit of viewing other people as competition, including their friends. They're just like, I'm not gonna retweet this because like I don't want to mess up my algorithm. I don't want to mess up my feed, and I don't want to get more likes. And like, who cares at this point? Like, you know, the more you support people, they will support you too. It's you just gotta be nice. And you know, I've also learned. Again, I've been in here for 3 years. At this point, I'm just gonna say what I want to say. You know, like I've had some stuff happen in the past, and I'm just like, if I haven't gotten canceled already, it's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna say what
Absolutely.
I want.
And I think that honestly helps the entire ecosystem, just because people talk all the time about, they're like, oh man, the VTuber community, like everything is so like cutthroat and people are so mean to it. I'm like, okay, but if everyone just thinks that and nobody does anything like supporting their friends or stuff like that, then it's just gonna keep being like that. So I feel like you are somebody who is actually actively helping move things in a positive direction.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And it does like stem from trauma, I guess, because like yeah, I've also had some like really shitty experiences in this community, especially like my first and second year, and you know, unfortunately still continue to have not so good experiences, but like I used to let it shape the way I thought about the community. I was like, this community sucks. It's so bad. Everyone sucks. No, it's just you gotta find bad people regardless of where you are. Like in any community or fandom, wherever you go, there's gonna be mean people, there's gonna be bad people, and but there's also a lot of good people. Like I've met like some of my closest friends in this community, but it is because of those experiences that I had that I'm just like, you know what? Spread the love, you know, peace and love. I'm just gonna do what I want, and who cares at this point?
I can respect that a lot. I know that I also have seen that there are some very negative aspects to things, and I come from being a viewer because I found out about VTubing and found a VTuber that I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And a lot of the people who've supported me in doing the whole VTubing thing have been people that I met in that community who have propped me up. They're part of the only reason I can even do it, because they are like, dude, I have chronic bitch syndrome. I'm just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. And they're like, motherfucker, I swear you're going to get on, you're going to hit live, and you're going to go do it. I'm like, sorry, my bad, Mobby. But they really do help push me to do better things with a lot of this.
Yeah, no, friends, and some of my friends are, you know, my rock. And I've been through a couple of like really tough times. Like back in 2023, I got really sick for a couple months, like 3 or 4 months, and I was just like not okay. I was off the internet, and I was just like, you know what? All right, I'm graduating. But no, my friends are like, you get your ass back here and you start streaming right now. I was like, okay,
Yep.
I'm back.
My friends have definitely learned how to like push the right buttons, because I'll be like, man, you know what? I'm upset that this thing happened. I don't know that I want to go live today, or I'm just not really vibing. Like, oh, so you're gonna be a little bitch? You're gonna let it win? You're gonna let that person upset you that much that you're not gonna go live? I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm going live now. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. This year, I really want to be more consistent because, you know, like everyone has brain worms, and you know, mine have been really bad recently for a number of reasons. You know, like yesterday, I was just like, I'm having a bad day. I don't want to go live, but I went live and I had a great time. I had fun. You know, I played a game I really liked, and it made my day better. It's just that initial like that push, you know, the initial hump to get over that you're just like, I don't want to do it. But once you start doing it, you feel better.
Yeah, you start having fun. Also, Turtle, I am sorry that you are struggling with Pokemon right now. I'm just watching as you are trying to get it to use your dive balls. So, looking through a lot of your clips and content and stuff, I would like to know how do you feel your relationship with horror games is?
Ooh, okay. So I used to hate horror for a certain reason. It's because I have edemophobia, and that's the fear of
Edamame.
vomiting.
Oh.
Yeah. Edamame? Oh, edibophobia. It's the fear of like getting sick and vomiting
Yeah.
and anything having to do with it. And unfortunately, the horror genre loves to add that. So I initially hated it, but I always have had an interest in it. But my relationship with horror is like exposure therapy for me. I really have learned to love it, and I improved. Like I've really improved my phobias and stuff. And I used to be a film major.
Interesting.
And yeah, I was more interested in the behind the scenes side rather than the in front of the camera side. And it didn't work out, unfortunately. But I moved to psychology and kind of used my love that I in for film in psychology, because I learned that certain psychologists can go into the writing room and give their opinion on the scripts, and that happens a lot in horror movies, especially in psychological horror. They go into the writing room a lot for psychological horror, and that's something I'm trying to work towards. So I know I went on a tangent, but horror I love. I have definitely improved my relationship with it. And now it doesn't really, I like judging it now. I like giving my opinion on it because I can see the patterns that they do now.
See, I think that's really cool. I feel like similarly, I really like the analysis of horror. I've never been someone super crazy about, because especially in movies, I'm very much someone like I'm not a screamer. I am very much like a person who, like, I can enjoy it, and like you get that little bit of tension, but it's never been anything. So I enjoy analyzing it, but I have a very similar fear in that is used a lot in the horror space, which is automatonophobia. I don't like things that like shouldn't be alive but look like they're alive. Hate mannequins, puppets, dolls, all of that.
Oh,
That stems from my
yeah.
sister having creepy porcelain dolls, and she liked to lock me in her bedroom in the dark.
Oh
And
no.
all like, and so from then, like, I can't do any of that. Again, it goes back to my chronic bitch syndrome. I'm not a huge horror gamer, but it's because I need someone to hold my hand. I need someone to be like, no, it's okay, Nero. You can just, we're going down the hallway. Also, on your thing, I was like, I had a like half a second of being like, what does she mean it's used a lot in horror? Then my brain was like, there's literally like a classification of horror monsters called spewers. So
Yes. Oh god, yes. Yeah. It's more. Okay, so one thing I get a lot is people accuse me of lying about my phobias because I play horror games that have it. One of my favorite horror games is Outlast Trials. It's like a multiplayer game. One of the like big bads, their main thing is throwing poison at you and it makes you do it. I
oh
don't play that. I don't play maps with that boss on it. But people are like, you can't actually be afraid of it. Are you doing this for clout? I'm like, me faking a phobia for clout? Like, you must think I am desperate. But no, it's more of the suddenness of it. Like
yeah, I mean, if you have
if
prep
I know it's
time,
happening.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if I know it's happening, I can prepare myself. And thankfully now after years of therapy, I am at a place where I can see it in a game only. I'm still not for like real life stuff. Like in movies it still really bothers me. But I can see it in a game or like a show, and like I get that initial like ugh feeling, like that initial like panic, and then it just goes away because I know I'm safe. But yeah, another one that I have is I hate roaches. I hate roaches. I'm scared. But they're always in horror games.
Yeah.
Just his
Yeah.
ambiance on the floors. I was like, oh, that's amazing. That's so great. I love that so much.
I just have to point out again, as I am like obsessively watching how your model moves. When you said the word panic and your pupils got big, that was just chef's kiss beautiful.
Oh yeah.
So, on that similar note, I want you to hear me out for a second.
Okay.
You are the main monster in a horror game. What are your powers and how do you torment your players?
As a horror lover, my I really want some sort of like psychological manipulation. Like you see things that aren't actually there. You hear things that aren't actually there, because that's the horror that gets me, is the like the psychological horror aspect of it. So, I can make you see things. I can make you do things, because like I can manipulate your mind almost. Sort of like which Resident Evil was that? Biohazard 7? There's a scene in there where he's running from like giant bugs that aren't actually there. Part of me is just like, that's so interesting. Like, what can I do? Like, your darkest fear I can control, like your most intense fear, and like manipulate you with it.
I always
That
think
gets
that's
me.
really interesting in movies and games, like, especially when it's like you don't know, like how much of it was real, how much of it was that. Like, I think that's always really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Like the mind fuck, like, am I allowed to swear? Oh my god, I'm
Yeah,
so sorry, I didn't ask.
I told you can say anything. It's on my
Okay,
channel. I'll be the one that
perfect.
gets in trouble. You're fine. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I call it the mindfuck power. I love gore and stuff. One of my favorite games, again, is Outlast/Outlast Trials. That's a very gory game, but it's just not scary. Like, it doesn't scare me. It's more of the best way I can describe it is like waking up from a dream, and like you can't tell if it was actually a dream or real life. Like, I love that. Like, that's so interesting to me. I would love to do that in like a real life with people I don't like, just like manipulate them and just like, I'm gonna ruin your day, but it's all gonna be in your head.
Printed, Raven's biggest dream is to manipulate people.
Hey now. I
No.
mean, I do have another website for that, so that's okay. It's true. Shut up.
So,
Shut up, turtle.
speaking of it being true, on a scale of sweet gremlin to full yandere, where do you think your community would put you?
Closer to, full yandere, because like, especially like with my friends, I get very obsessive and stalkerish with my friends. I was just like, so you're playing this game without me? Wow, I guess you actually hate me right now. Like, you know I love this game and you didn't invite me? Well, I see. you know.
See, so I don't have like the yandere side. It is more just the I get like super, I don't know. As somebody who has had to deal with me on the planning side of this, I never want to come off that way, but I'm sitting there like, all right, so it's been 24 hours waiting on a response. So clearly they hate me and have decided that they don't want to talk to me anymore, and I'm probably just a loser, and it's fine. I understand why they'd think that, so it's fine.
No, that's me too. Yeah, no, also sorry for being super non-responsive a couple times. Yeah, I am very bad. I have a big backlog of messages that I'm honestly just way too anxious to read. So I'm like,
I figured out the schedule pretty quick though when Stack made that art. He's like, let me know if she says anything, and I was like, I'm letting you know it'll be about 13 hours before she responds, just based on when she has messaged me before.
I also sleep a lot. I've been waking up at like 5 p.m. PST, so it's been not good, but it's okay. It's getting fixed.
I'm sorry, I have to read out RM right now. I'm definitely a Yandere fan. It's not fun if she doesn't want to stab me for looking at the cereal box too long.
Okay, so I have I have a big guilty pleasure of just like the whole trope of like stalking and like yandere.
The trope of stalking.
The trope of okay, like in fantasy, like
The
if it
trope,
happened
not
in
the
real
crime.
life, I would. Yeah, not the crime, but the trope. Like in fantasy land, if someone did that to me, okay, yeah, let's go to the bedroom right now. But if someone did that to me in real life, be like, hello 911, yes, I'm being stalked. I blame that at from the content I consumed as a kid, which I probably should not have consumed as a child, but I did anyway.
I feel that.
Like Killing Stalking. Yeah, I read Killing Stalking as not the age for Killing Stalking. And I was like, you know what, this is some great shit right now. I'm really into this.
We were making a joke about that, talking about anime with some of our other friends. I watched Dead Man Wonderland when I was like 12 or 13. and I love it. It's one of my favorite ones. I did not remember how bad it was because my kids are 10 and 8, and I was like, I wonder if they can watch it. And I watched it, and I was like, no, they cannot. But I was really developing at that age and watching this, and I'm watching like this is a lot of the shit that I'm into now, and I think this might have had a like role in that.
Yeah, man, I haven't heard that name in years. I remember Dead Man Wonderland. God, another one that I remember kind of like that is called Another.
Never heard of that one.
Remember.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay, so it's like a 20 episode, maybe 22 episode show about it's basically the final destination of anime.
Okay, that sounds somewhat familiar.
Yeah, and I remember as like, a teenager, 13, 14, like going on websites and like looking up the uncensored version because the normal anime websites had it all censored. I was like, nuh-uh. And then that just led down a deep dark hole. And now I have some of my favorite animes from finding them on that search. And I'm like, you know what? Going back and seeing the animes I used to watch as a kid really, yeah, I can see why I am the way I am now, but it's okay.
The perfect way to end anything like that is like, yeah, I saw a bunch of fucked up stuff when I was a kid, and it really affected me, and now I'm a VTuber.
Yeah. People are like, what's your favorite anime? I'm like, oh, When They Cry. Yeah. They're like, oh, I was like, yeah.
So, since we sort of led there with that conversation, where was your entry point to the adult voice acting area? Probably a bad use of terms right there, but you know what I mean. Turtle says it was him.
I have two answers. It was I or an E. Yes, it was. Turtle definitely gave me the push I needed, but it was kind of two things. One, I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. And two, I have a bad habit of when I get scared in games, the noises I make do not sound like screams, they sound like something else, and people are like, you should really get into voice acting. I was like, okay. So I did.
Fair enough. Also, Turtle, you are a gentleman and a scholar. I appreciate that. You do a service to all of us. So how, in your own opinion, how different are you willing to go as far as voices go? Like how much deviation from your standard, say like your streaming voice versus when you're doing voice acting?
So I am more comfortable with higher voices. I've done a few lower voices, but people say they sound good, it just feels weird to do.
That's fair.
It just like vocally it feels weird and unnatural, but people are like, oh yeah, I'm really into this. I was like, fair, Pog. Unfortunately, most of the characters that I get paid to voice might be a little controversial.
I do have a very specific question about Amy Rose in here at some point. I know it's down there in the list.
Yes. Most of the characters, one of my, I no longer work with this person because they ended up being very weird. But someone that used to commission me for voices told me that I have the perfect lolly voice. I'm like,
I see.
Okay, I don't know how to feel about that, but very Pog. And yeah, people have told me I am very good at voicing those characters because I can go really high pitched.
I feel bad. I'm just sitting here listening, and I feel like you're like, can I get some sort of like, oh, and I was just like, I'm gonna let you finish, and then we'll talk about it. No, I mean, shit. I mean, roles need to be filled.
So I'm the kind of voice actor who I have very specific no-nos. Like, do not. And most of the other voice actors that are out there, I'm okay with doing the things they're not okay with doing. Just because, like, nothing really phases me, except for certain things. So, like, I do a lot of, hardcore stuff. So my range, I can practice. I'm pretty good at screaming now. Like actual horror screams now, so that's good. But my range, I'm trying to say, is like it's all over the place, and I do a lot of weird stuff.
I'm trying to think of a reply that's not going to get clipped and immediately be like, hey.
No, I'm trying to say it in a way where I'm just like, I do a lot of hard kink content.
we've had episodes where we talk. I think we discussed it outside of this, but I used to do kink exploration workshops and advising for content creators and stuff like that. So like whatever you're comfortable with is fine. I get trying to position it in a way that you're like, no, hear me out, guys, but also like you're not gonna get any. Oh my god, what?
That is true. Okay, yeah, I went a little too hardcore when they wanted me to go hardcore, and I got in trouble.
No, that's just putting in 100%.
Okay, I will tell a little backstory on that. I got commissioned to do a hardcore kink
Hello
video
there.
of CNC. Completely okay with me. I don't care. I consented to everything. Yeah, I guess I went a little too hardcore and I got in trouble and I got my boss's Patreon suspended.
Wow, that's intense.
I appreciate the gift, Dad.
Because they're just like, it was a community requested.
Turtle,
It was a
I appreciate
turtle.
you, but stop. You're so nice.
Spanking machine.
I forgot that I set the SpongeBob spanking train as the train
SpongeBob.
thing.
Yeah,
Dude, I
it was
don't know.
a community requested video from his Patreon, and they're just like, I want her to cry. I want her to sound like it hurts. I was like, okay, bet, let's go. Did it? Yeah, I got his account suspended, and they're all just like, why is she crying? Why is she crying? I don't like this. I was like, you literally wanted me to. Come on, like you literally paid me to.
Yeah, no,
Like
that's.
now you're.
I'm sorry.
Now
That
you're
means you
like,
did
why is
good.
she crying? Yeah. I thought I was praying. I'm just biased, I guess. But no, it was so. They're just like, I want this, this, and this. I was like, all right, fair. I will give you this, this,
Bet.
and this. And they're just like, too much. No, we don't like it. Actually, why does she sound like she's getting? Why does she sound like she's in pain? Why is she crying? I'm like, you literally told me to.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sorry, I feel like if you didn't go that hard on it, then people would be like, "Oh, this is totally unbelievable," and so it's like there's not a win in that situation.
Yeah, it's just so that kind of annoyed me, but yeah. Those are some of my favorite videos to do because it's just like you can only moan into a mic so many ways. But I get to do more. I get to do more in those kinds of videos.
See, and that's range, and that's awesome. Like you said, and also, I'm sorry, since there's only so many ways to moan into a microphone, there's a million people doing that. But if you're like, I can specialize.
Yeah, I would definitely say I am a kink VA because of the people that go to me is mostly kink stuff. And I have a great time with it, it's very fun. But yeah, there is many people who just moan into the mic. It's just I've learned very quickly that it's harder than it looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's harder than it looks because like yeah, you can moan into a mic and post it and like yeah, it sounds like what it needs to sound like, but to make it more interactive and like realistic feeling, you got to put some work into it.
Thank you for the jacket off, RM. Also, in response to that, I'll complete one of the redeems that gives a little. There you go. They love making me do some of the dumb things I do when I'm by myself, when I'm with people that I'm trying to have nice, respectful, like, conversations with. But,
Sorry
so...
if you heard my partner scream
Oh,
because
it's-
he went away.
Oh, yeah. So, on that specific conversation, how do you feel about BAing in, like, adult games?
Oh, I'm super into it. It's something I really want to do. I do have a couple projects coming up that I can't talk about, but it is going to become a reality soon.
That's so
And I'm
exciting.
just like, I'm already like, yes, put me in more. I'm having so much fun with this. Put me in more. Like, I want to do it more. Like, you don't gotta pay me. It's something, because I've enjoyed playing like stupid games like that, like stupid NSFW games, because it's entertaining sometimes. Shut up.
Hi, Turtle.
I mean, some of my favorite games are adult games, but not for like the adult side. It's just like they're fun games. They're interesting.
I fully agree.
Yeah, no, they're like super interesting. And I'm playing this and I was like, damn, I would love to be in something like this, I would love to, have like a storyline, be in like a game.
So it's a very common thing I talk about a lot with my chat is the fact that I would love to, specifically, I do have my, like, I want to work with Sad Panda Studios, just because I want to be one of the blush guys. That is like my, I
Yes.
want to do that so bad.
Speaking of, I mean, I can talk about it because like they didn't say I can talk about it, but auditioned for a few Crush
Oh my
characters.
god!
Yes, I haven't heard anything back. The auditions just ended
I
yesterday, so
hope
I
for you.
mean,
That would be amazing.
oh my god, I am so hopeful and so like, please, 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 you don't even have to pay me, please, please,
I
please,
know, right?
please,
Like
just let me be
Crush
in it.
and Blush. I'd be like, I don't need to be paid. Just I want to so bad.
It's like I don't even want money, I just want to be in it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was definitely fun. I auditioned for 4 characters. There were 5 open, but I didn't feel confident enough to do the other one.
I remember this is gonna sort of out me for how long I've been following this shit, but I don't remember her name. But there was the red panda zookeeper girl in Crush, and I remember when they were doing auditions for her voice, and I went to my wife and I was like, "Hear me out. Red pandas are my favorite animal," and I was like, "Hear me out," and she was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Don't ask why. Just you could
Just
you
do
could
it.
just do an audition. It's fine." I did see.
Like,
I found through you because you retweeted something from them, and now I'm trying to scroll through the timeline real quick because I have a terrible memory. Studio Z.
yes.
Explain to me Studio Z because I've looked at and it looks cool, but I'm not a super smart person, and so I'm like I'm not sure where that falls into everything.
Yeah, so I found them on Kickstarter. A good VA tip, by the way. Go to Kickstarter and look at games being created. And I literally just emailed them and I was like, hey, I would like to offer my services as a voice actress for any upcoming games you have. If you need a role filled, I don't need payment. I'm just trying to get out there. And one thing led to another, and I spoke to like the founder, and we had a nice conversation. And there's some things that I can't say yet, but I am going to be super involved with some projects that they have coming up.
That's so
Um,
exciting. That's always so much
yeah,
fun.
and yeah, they opened up applications for their partnered creators, which is just like you get to play like early releases of their games, you get like game codes, you get to have like some say in like creative direction. And I was added to that program, but also they opened up applications and a few of my friends were added to the program as well because they applied and got accepted. So it's really nice to see them growing because I've only been speaking to the team for like 3 weeks now, but they are like such cool people and they're very kind.
I love when people are willing to interact like that. I recently played the One Ice Latte with your breast milk, please, and uh, I've had a lot of interactions with the people who made that game, and it's always really fun when people are super chill about interacting with creators and integrating them into future projects, and I think that is very fun, and it brings everyone in on it.
Yeah, no, I was just talking to like the founder. He was telling me some of his plans, and I was like, you know what? Like that sounds super cool. And we just got to talking, and he was telling me, that he wanted to involve me with some things. I'm trying to explain without like revealing.
Yeah, no, you're
He
good. You're
wanted to
good.
involve me with some things, and I'm gonna have like some input on things in the
That's
future.
awesome. That's so cool. Also, Inak, here you go. Ara, ara. There you go. You get your ara ara.
Yay!
I'm gonna start passing them off to you. I promise everyone wants to hear you do it more than me. But
Ada, ada. There you go.
see, so much better. So, because it was specifically asked by one of your community members, what was it like voicing Amy Rose?
Challenging. I always tell people I don't do impressions, but I had to learn to do impressions. And it's hard to sound like somebody else. Super challenging. It took weeks, actual weeks of hours worth of just practicing because you have to talk like somebody else, you have to sound like somebody else, you have to have like the influxes in their tone like somebody else. And especially with a character like as popular and as like old, not old like age, but like they've been
Well
around a long
established,
time,
yeah.
well established, yeah, as Amy Rose. It was definitely hard, but it's fun. It was fun to learn. I like a challenge. You know, I'm always down for a challenge. And, you know, I think I did a pretty damn good job because I keep getting commissioned to voice her. So I guess I did a
So,
good job.
I do have to ask now because of that. Was this adult work of Amy Rose, or
Yes.
I figured I wanted to. I'm over here thinking that I'm like it was probably just some innocent like, hey, let's go hang out.
It's not the adult content, kind of like oh, and it's feeder content. Yeah.
Gotcha. I think I have a question about that too. Actually, we'll go ahead and skip down. I had that one in the questions from other people, but somebody did ask, what is your thoughts on stuffing and vor?
I don't mind him. I don't kink shame.
There you go.
I'm more into vor because I like biting.
Who doesn't like a little om nom?
I know.
Oh, really? Again, I
Sorry.
that was adorable. Oh my gosh.
I was trying to hold it in.
Dude, I sneezed. I'm just like, fuck. Oh, yes. Also, bless you. I'm not trying to be rude. That just caught me off guard.
I appreciate it.
So, I did a lot. We're just going to be real. I did a lot of like sleuthing and creeping to try to prepare. I saw a post of your 5-year-old headphones. What caused them to explode like that?
My body. I laid on them.
Interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know if it
yeah,
was a
they were
really
barely
intense
hanging on.
VA session and you screamed a little too much.
No,
And didn't...
I use them for sleep. Yeah, I have a really hard time. It's probably because of my OCD as well, but I have a really hard time with silence. So at night I have to have something playing, whether it's like a fan or like rain or mute like lo-fi. I have to have something playing, and I used headphones to not bother Turtle. And yeah, I've had them for about 5 years. And one night I leaned over to give him a kiss, and I heard. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then I looked, and they were all broken. I was like, well, shit.
So I know that Turtle says the voices get loud, but it must be silent for sleep. So I'm a lot with you on this one, where it's like I always have like an AirPod in or something when I'm going to bed, just because like there's just something, the stillness and silence does not do well with my brain. So I'm like, I need something, and so I'll throw on like Pokemon facts to sleep to or something.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It started. I didn't always have that. Yeah, see, I'm the complete opposite. I need sound and I need light. I'm scared of the dark. So I need some sort of light. And then Turtle is silent and pitch black. I was like, oh, fuck. But we have a good compromise. It started like 2016. After a really traumatizing experience. I basically I started to hear things. No, my brain started playing tricks on me.
Sometimes
at
my
night when it
mind
was
plays
super
tricks
still.
on me.
And I struggled with sleeping because at night when it was super
8
silent,
months. What am I doing with my
brain
life?
just started hearing things,
Yeah.
And I knew they weren't real. But my OCD was just like, yeah, that sound you heard, yeah, that's an intruder breaking in right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of with the auditory hallucination. You're like, I know in my brain it's not real, but also, what if it was? And then I'm just ignoring it, and there's an issue.
Yeah, I used to live in the heart of downtown in the city I was at. And so when I was alone, because Turtle was with family, I thought I heard grudge noises, and I was like, now it could be someone next to my house, or the grudge, or I'm just hearing things.
That's respectable. I can get that headspace at least. Also, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not ignoring you. I love you very much, but you are correct. 8 months sub. What are you doing with your life? So the next portion of the interview is going to be what I've been super excited about. And so I'm just letting you know that we're going to get into it. So I was telling you a little before stream, but I got super obsessed with the Your Idol cover. Oh my gosh. It was one of those, I heard it because it came across my Twitter feed. and I saw it and was like, oh, I'll check it out. I've never seen K-pop Demon Hunter, and so this was my introduction to all of that. I got like legit, like I was like, I need to check out every single one of the people who are singing this, and I need to find out everything I can about them. In the least creepy way possible, I promise. But like, just mad respect, the vocals were so good. And then I started looking more into some of your covers, and I found Never Have I Ever, and then also your Christmas cover. And
Sea Turtle, someone likes it. Someone likes my Christmas cover. See?
okay, no, you have to understand. Okay, so I had listened to your Never Have I Ever and your Idol for a bit, and then when we first initially were setting up the interview, I was like, I need to see if I can find any others, and I found Man with the Bag, and I listened to it. You have to understand, I love Christmas so much. Christmas is like my favorite time, and it's one of those things that like I used to have a very tragic relationship with Christmas, but as I have gotten like better and healthier and stuff, it can be so magical. Like if you ignore some of the bullshit that's going on, like it can be so magical. And so I love Christmas, and then I love your Man with the Bag cover so much. But I want to know like how do you decide on what you're gonna do, and like what is your process for doing your covers?
Yeah, so I do songs. Man with the Bag specifically was for my mom.
That's so cute. She was on stream last night.
She really loves that song, and I did some Christmas songs this year that I haven't posted for her as well. But basically, like the songs that I choose songs that I listen to a lot. Like your Idol, I was obsessed with, and like I really wanted to do with people, and so we got a group together. Man with the Bag, I heard a lot growing up because it was my mom's favorite song. Never Have I Ever, it was Tora's idea, who is the person singing with me, and I quickly like fell in love and just started listening to it regularly. And like some other songs that I haven't posted yet, but I'll let you know about. I have done a cover of Blink Gone from Alien Stage. I've done Take a Hint from Victorious.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yes, I'm gonna post that one soon. I also am gonna post a Nightcore version.
Oh my god, okay. Completely platonically, I love you. So I have been thinking about that. I was like, you know what? I just don't want to drop any context and just do a cover of the Nightcore Take a Hint and just be sassy as fuck and in my like typical like lower voice and just drop it and then say nothing about it and just be like, just drop it and walk away.
No, yeah, it was kind of like with that one I struggled a little bit because I've grown up listening to these songs with Nightcore. And just the normal ones just sound awful to me. Like, they just sound so wrong. So when I was recording that one, I was like, this sounds off. This is awful. I don't like this at all. Like, I don't sound good. And then I sped it up. I'm like, this is perfect. It's perfect. This is peak. I love it so much. But I'm going to post that one soon.
So I did just post a link to Man with the Bag in chat for anybody who wants to go. Foxy Lover 20 wants to know how your day/night is going.
Costco chicken bake, so my tummy is happy.
Okay, so I've heard about that. Are those good? We're gonna get back to the covers and all of that, don't worry, but I need to know about the Costco chicken bake.
So it's chicken, bacon, cheese with like this creamy Alfredo dressing or sauce inside of a like bread roll baked.
Interesting.
So like it looks like a little like baguette with like roasted cheese on top, and then you bite into it, and instead of like bread on the inside, it's chicken and bacon and Alfredo sauce and cheese.
That sounds like something I would love. That sounds amazing.
And it's cheap because it's Costco.
So on Nightcore, because you just tripped an absolute trigger right there. Do you have like a top 3 of Nightcore songs?
Ooh, okay, yes. So in no particular order, Fuck You Betta. I am so obsessed with that version. God, what was it? It's Demons, and what was the last one? I literally talked about it to Turtle the other day, and I was so sad that it wasn't. What is that song? Oh, Pretty Little Psycho.
Oh, that's so good. So good.
Yeah, because he found it on Spotify, but it wasn't the right version. I'm like, this is wrong, it's not right. It's like, it's too slow still. I don't like it.
So, do you know the song Flesh? Flesh by Simon Curtis.
Yes! Simon Curtis. I love Simon Curtis so much.
Okay, so Simon Curtis has a way of just making the sexiest fucking songs ever. Like, I don't know what it is, but people are always like, oh, what's your, like, sexy time song? And people always have, like, their, oh, these love, I'm like, Flesh by Simon Curtis.
There was another one I really liked.
I like a Super Psycho
was
Love
it?
by him. That one's really good.
Yeah, Super Psycho Love is another one. See, I mean, my favorite songs are like, I'm a stalker. So, like, fuck.
There's another one. I want to know, have you heard the Nightcore cover for Cocaine by Nomi?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's very good. The original, the thing I love about it is, to me, they're completely separate in my head. Like, the vibe of Nightcore Flesh is a lot more like stalkery vibe of like really like the like sexy in a club vibe, and then Simon Curtis's version is more like the sexy in the bedroom, like sultry vibe to it. And that's how Cocaine is too. Cocaine is a sad song about being with like trying to help somebody with an addiction, but the Nightcore one is like very hyped. And so, like, to me, they're completely separate in my brain because they have just two complete different vibes, and I'll listen to a different one depending on what the vibe is.
Yeah, no, I have a thing with that too. It's by The Police, Every Breath You Take.
Yes. Yes.
That one, it was like redone to be like creepy and stuff, and it was used in a lot of killing stalking edits.
I can see that. I can absolutely see that.
So like The Police is like, okay, yeah, we're kind of vibing, we're kind of chill, and then the other one is like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna get you, and I love them both. I love them both.
See, that's just more music and more love. Like I said, it's different vibes, and you still have something to go to.
Yeah.
So that was a complete derail because we're talking about you and your amazing singing and your amazing covers. I had never heard Never Have I Ever before. And so, just like with your idol, your versions are like, that is what it is in my head. And so then trying to go back and listen to the original, like, that's not how it is.
That means so much. Yeah, I that's what I wanted, honestly. Like, that was kind of what I wanted to do with, like, singing, is I wanted my version to be, like, someone's favorite. So I'm just like, that means a lot. That means a lot.
I think I, as somebody now on this side of the screen and trying to do the whole VTuber thing, I have mad respect for it because I am currently in the process of doing a cover, and holy shit, it's hard. Oh my god. And I tried to do things myself at first, and then it led to like hours and hours and hours of recording, listening to it, and like, god, I fucking hate my voice, and then deleting it and starting over, and then finally I had to ask my friend, I'm like, hey, would you mind, when I'm done, looking at the recordings and telling me if I need to re-record this, because if not, I'm never going to finish this. I'm just going to keep deleting it and re-recording it and all of that. Don't you dare give me credit till you send me the track, Lirio. You're still an absolute homie for doing it at all. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, that's something I struggle with too. And just like a piece of advice for anyone out there, like, nobody sounds good with raw vocals. Like, even like the most popular singers, their raw vocals don't really sound good unless they're like, they've been around forever, like Lady Gaga and stuff. But like, most people, the pop songs you hear, their raw vocals aren't that good. That's why you need mixers. It all comes together. But yeah, I go through that a lot too. I think with specifically the Your Idol one, I redid a lot of it because it was higher than I was used to.
So good. I can't let it by. That's
I
so
appreciate
good.
it. Yeah, no, it was actually kind of cool because I actually did a lot of the backing vocals. And for the choir part, I think I had like 8 or 9 different toned recordings, like different octaves and keys.
Yeah, there was a lot of layering
choir.
in that.
Yeah, I had like 8 or 9 different layers of just my voice for the choir and like the backing vocals, and like that was super fun to do. But yeah, I go through that a lot. I do the same thing. I record, I listen, I'm like, nope, no good. I go back, I record again, I'm like, nope, that shit still. And I just redo it until I kind of like it. And then I just, send it in. I was like, please make me sound good. Please make me sound good.
So I want
And
to
then a lot of the
ask.
time,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry. No, a lot of the time people are like, "Oh my god, you did so good." I was like, "No, you're lying. You're lying to me."
That is such a real thing. It's like people are like, oh, but people tell you you're awesome all the time. Like, you have to understand, I don't believe it. And I appreciate it, and I'm not saying that I don't appreciate you thinking that, but I also think inherently that you are wrong, and that I'm not good. I wanted to ask, especially on the Your Idol one, because there were 4 people singing in that. I've noticed that when I want to do something that is just me, it is slightly easier because since you outed a little bit of what you're working on, we're working on Achilles Come Down, and I'm doing it with another VTuber. And
Ooh.
that pressure it's different than wanting to do something yourself, because it's like, not only is there the worry that I sound like trash, but it's also I could mess this up for the other people who are putting in work to make this happen. And that it hits different, you know?
Yeah, I feel the same way, especially with some of the parts I had to do with harmonizing. It's really hard to harmonize with someone that you can't hear.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my recordings, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is gonna work. And then like I redid a few actually when I got the files back for their raw vocals. I was like, can I redo this? Actually, I feel like I could do it better now. Now that I have like a baseline,
Yeah,
of, like,
something
what
to go
harmonize
off
with.
of. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, my advice for it is basically record it how you think to record it. Listen to them together, and then if you want to redo anything, just redo those parts. If that makes any sense.
And you can trust her because she's made beautiful tracks that are out on YouTube at Raven and Yeah. I linked Man with the Bag, but you can also find the other ones there too.
Maybe I'll let you watch the music video for an unreleased one.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Oh my gosh.
It's unreleased because I'm nervous. It's not like a secret or anything.
I hope you know that like you'll send that, and then it will be almost exactly the amount of time that it took to watch it, and then it's just going to be a glaze fest of like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I do probably should have asked this earlier, but I want to know, V-Bimbo. Explain bimbo in your own terms. What does that mean to you?
A girl who doesn't give a fuck and wants to do whatever she wants is kind of like my whole thing. Bimbo, I know, is a, derogatory term, but I've always used it, like, in a nice way. And, like, I've never got offended by it. And, like, some of my favorite characters are quote-unquote bimbos. Like, my absolute favorite bimbo is from Hoonie Pop 2. Her name is Candy.
I've never played 2. I loved 1, never played 2.
I have never beat 2 because it's hard as shit.
Yeah, it is. I couldn't let that pass. I'm sorry.
No, because it's like double. It's like it's called Hoonie Pop Double Date, and there's just like times 2 of the shit you have to do, and I'm like, ugh. But no, I just love the like. It's also because probably people have talked down to me and treated me like I don't know anything. Like especially like as a woman. But also especially as like a woman who likes cars. I used to build cars with my dad.
That slaps. That's awesome.
Yeah, my dad used to be a race car driver. Not like NASCAR or anything, but like small local like racetracks. That's how he met my mom actually. But he used to take me to car meets, and I had this 240Z Mustang that was baby blue, and that was my project car, and I was like a little like 4-year-old, learning how to work on these cars. But like a lot of people didn't know that I knew how to do stuff. So I think that's kind of like where it stemmed from. I love like proving people wrong, especially of been like, oh, girls can't do that. Girls don't know that. I'm like, well, I do, so And then like a lot of people have tried to, in this community, have tried to take advantage of me because they think I'm just too stupid to notice. But it's like, yeah, I see you. I'm letting you do this, and I'm just building up ammunition on the side, and So yeah, the bimbo is like, do whatever you want, be whoever you want. Like, as long as it doesn't harm anybody, like, who cares? And people still use it as an insult. Like, oh my god, she's such a bimbo. Oh my god, Raven's such a bimbo. I'm like, yes. Yes. I like to act stupid on the internet. Like, I don't want to be smart all the time.
I hope you know you just solidified that I will be asking you questions because I, at the lovely age of 29, just learned last year how to change my oil. So that's where I'm sitting on that.
Ask away. I can probably help you as long as your car is not electric. But you said oil, so it's not electric.
Yeah.
So.
I'm rocking the 2016 Malibu right now.
I used to have my car for most of my adult life, and my teenager life was a 1999 Subaru.
Interesting.
Definitely, yeah. I used to have to 5 a.m. in the school parking lot of my college, bang on the starter with a hammer to get it to start.
My first car caught fire. It was a 69 Pontiac Fiero, and I bought it for $800 from the dad of somebody who I went to school with, and I didn't know the engine was in the back, and I was driving it down the road and was like, why is there smoke coming out of the back? And then I was like, oh, that's not smoke, that's fire. So I pulled over and was like, oh shit, the engine just decided. And so I took it into the shop, and they're like, yeah, it does that. And I'm like, the fuck do you mean it does that? They're like, yeah, that just happens sometimes. I'm like, cool.
Like, awesome. Great to know.
But yeah, that was my first experience. I didn't even realize. I was 15 or 16 at the time, and I didn't even think to check. And so then I was like, what the fuck do you mean the engine's in the back? And I opened the hood in the front, and it's the trunk, and I'm like, wow, it didn't even consider that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Which then I started thinking, like, if I get rear-ended, I'm just straight fucked, because like there's the gas tank and the engine and everything back there.
That's why they stopped putting them back there.
Teach me your ways.
Now people are just like, why don't you change your own oil? Because I'm lazy.
No, okay, so I'll be honest about it. My dad was very much one of those. He is not a car guy. He works for the federal government, and he raised me on the, you want to go to school and be smart enough that you make enough money to have somebody else fix your car. And then I was like, well, thanks, Dad, but I'm broke as shit and have a family and need to do my own car work. So I'm learning from my wife's dad right now.
My dad was sort of like both of those. Like, you need to get a job and go to school and be smart so you can pay someone to do this for you. But you also need to learn it just in case you can't pay someone to do it for you.
Yeah, my dad stopped at the first half of that.
Yeah, I've done it all. I've rebuilt engines, changed brake pads. I hate that so much.
I try to be the manly man for my wife. She'll be like, oh, my brakes are bad. I'm like, I'll handle that. Then I'm outside for like 3 hours watching YouTube being like, what the fuck is this?
No, yeah, I get that. I get that so much. I felt so like, I was like, do I actually know cars? Because the new Subarus, I love Subaru, I'm a Subaru girly. The new ones have the oil filter on top, not on the bottom. So I'm just like, how do I do this? Because normally I go underneath and then I undo it and then it like comes out.
Yeah.
But if I unscrew the oil filter on the top, isn't it all just going to pour all over the engine? So I'm over here with like a YouTube video, like how to remove it on a 2022 Subaru Forester. It's like,
yeah, that's like the one thing I know because I just went over that. I was like, if it's up top, how does it not just dump oil everywhere?
I'm learning.
So the next question is one that will take very careful answering and thought. I want you to be prepared for that. If you were to take the entirety of your audience and combine it into one person, in your opinion, would that person have Riz?
Absolutely not.
That was a quicker answer than I was expecting, but
absolutely not. I love my community so much, but absolutely not.
I don't know, I just think about a lot of the stuff I've seen in Twitch chats before, and I'm like, I don't think anybody would say yes, because I think about the like poems I've seen where it's like roses are red, violets are blue, show me your feet.
No, literally, yeah, no, that's my community too. I love my community, but they're a bunch of awkward fucks that stumble over their words. Also, we have Turtle and Andy combined in there too, and their level of stupid will
they
just
tank
like...
they tank the class's grade.
Yeah. They take the overall average of the score on everything. Yeah, I'm talking about you, bruh.
Bruh.
And we got Crow in there too, who's also like, huh?
So
They're my mods.
I did. So you have to understand, most of the writing I did for the long ass notepad of questions I have was done at like 3 a.m. Because I'm going to assume we're on different time zones, because you have like a skill for messaging me at like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 1:30, and then it's like, Raven messaged you. I'm like, all right, I need to look at this.
I'm PST, but I literally go to bed at 6 a.m. and wake up very late.
Whatever
So-
works for you. But so most of this, so I'm like, I normally would have it like broken up into parts so we could maintain some, but this sort of goes back to an earlier conversation. Obviously, feel free not to answer in a vague way if you would like. But how do you work on setting the boundaries with both like adult VAing and your other site activities, and then being a VBimbo and all of that, drawing that line between like playing into the role versus like legitimate like sexual harassment and stuff like that? Because I've noticed it like in a lot of my watching, like your community is very supportive and very respectful, but I feel like that typically stems from having a creator who sort of requires that level of respect.
Yeah, no, it's basically my rule is, treat me like a human being for 5 minutes before you want to talk about my boobs. Like, I have feelings too. Ask me how my day was, and then you can say whatever you want to me.
Buy me a drink first.
Literally, like, ask me how I'm doing. Nice to see you again before you start RPing with me in the chat. There's only been a few times. It's mostly just like, God, I hate it. Common sense, or like I hope it's common sense to most people. It's just treat them as human. There was this one time where I got a little emotional on the other site, and I paused everything, like I took out my vibrating device and I was just like, I need to talk to you guys for a second. Like, this is actually like something's been bothering me, and it was about not feeling good enough, and there's been some things happening. There's a leaderboard that happens on that website often, and it's just there were several times during the leaderboard months where I would ask, not like, what's your secret? I would like ask other creators for like genuine help. And asking for help is like already like a scary thing. And I basically would get told like, yeah, you're not good enough to get my help because you're not on the leaderboard. You're not good enough to get my help because you don't have this many followers. Or, I'm not telling you because we're currently competing against each other. I was like, I just want to know what fucking mic you used. All right, sorry for asking.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be threatened by me. You shouldn't be threatened by anybody. But that really got me, and it really affected me badly. So I got really emotional on stream, and I cried, and everyone, like, we were in the middle of like spicy shit, but then I like started crying because one of the people, they're banned from my community now, but one of the people that was being mean to me literally came into my stream and was acting nice because I got up onto the leaderboard for a little bit. I was like, okay, so you're just gonna be like a snake. And then I had like an emotional moment, and like everyone else, like 99.9% of people in my chat were like, they stopped everything. They, listened, they had normal conversations with me, and then there was this one fucker who was just like, who kept RPing, who kept like, oh, like, your boobs are so nice, like, you're looking so, can you move over to the side so I can see your tits better? I was like, I'm literally sobbing, in the middle of like a fucking emotional conversation. And then there's this one guy saying, I'm gonna bust. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, get out of my face right now.
Good. Wow.
So it's like, most of the people there know better. But it's just like, I'm turned 25 at the end of the month. I say I'm too old. I'm too old to deal with people's bullshit. So I'm just like, I have like simple rules. And if you can't treat me like a human when I want to be treated like a human, bye. I'm just gonna fucking block you and move on. Also, like, if you want something, and you don't give me money, bye. You know, like, don't expect me to like do spicy stuff with you when you don't pay me.
That is, so we're gonna get technical on the backgrounds here, but that's something that RM and I have talked about a lot, which is if you are going to do that stuff, you have to make that very clear, because there's going to be tons of people who are going to be like, oh, well, I've been a follower for a while or whatever. Like, it's like, no, this there is a price to this, like, and there's a lot of line crossing and line blurring that will happen if you don't stick very hard to the, hey, this is why I have X prices set or whatever, and then people will typically, like, once they get the toe in the door, they'll try to kick the door in and push further and further. And when it is part of something that you're doing as, like, for monetary value, that has to be respected.
Yeah, I completely agree. And people do that often. And when a few of my friends have come to me and have asked me for advice, and I don't fucking gatekeep, but they asking me like, have you had any issues? Like, how do I do this? How do I talk to people? How do I give prices? And Turtle's comment triggered something in my head, because one of the things I used to struggle with is people telling me I'm too expensive. But my whole thing is just
Bitch,
like,
it's what I'm
I am
worth.
paid.
Oh.
Yeah, it's what I'm worth. It's what I'm comfortable charging. You are paying me to do a service for you, to pleasure you. Like, you know, I don't get any joy out of seeing pictures of you, no offense. There was this one time where I got tipped a bunch of money, like in small little increments, like $5, but like 15 times. So it added up. And I was like, oh, okay, shit. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning. Let me see what they want, you know, before I go to bed. And they were asking for a private session with, you know, a toy. And I was like, okay, like right now? And they were like, yeah, right now. I was like, shit, all right, well, here are my prices. Since it's off of my working hours, I'm also gonna upcharge, because I'm literally fucking in my pajamas about to go to bed. And they literally saw my prices. They're like, that's so expensive. You're way too expensive. I'm like, you literally just spent like over $100 getting my fucking attention. And then now you're saying like, I'm too expensive for a 20-minute private session at 2 a.m.? I'm too expensive? Whatever. Bye-bye.
I think that people have an unrealistic idea of also what they're paying for. I think people don't understand the fact that, like, I'm sorry, being realistic for a second, there's tons of free stuff. If that is what you want, there's tons of free stuff. And so what you are paying for is the interaction, the specific person, the personality, all of that stuff. And so it's not like you're going and being like, because also there's places where if you want to pay $5 for a picture, then it unlocks and all of that stuff, then there's that service too. But what you are paying for is not going to be graded and priced at the same rate as a very impersonal, like, hey, you want to watch the video, send $10 and we'll unlock it on the page or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's you know, and my prices aren't like the most expensive, they're not the least expensive. I spent a lot of time and I talked to a lot of people about like, what do I charge? Is this too much? Like, and basically the advice that I can give is like, someone is gonna buy it. Like, someone is gonna buy it if they can afford it, and charge whatever you want to charge. Because, like, yeah, I've had people, like, some people have been like, this is so expensive, I would never buy this. And then, like, other people come to me and, like, buy a 30-minute audio with, like, extra charges. And they're just like, this is so cheap, actually. Oh, my God. I was like, okay. Shit. But, you know, and it happens in not even, like, spicy work. It happens also in voice acting, where I charge per word, and I charge like 10 cents a word. If you want me to say something, like, you're getting to keep this video forever. Like, I'm not gonna take this away from you. Once I send it to you, it's yours. And you want me to say specific things, if I charge you like $110 for a 10-minute video about me doing blah 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 for you, okay, like, I feel like that's pretty good. You literally get to keep this forever.
A lot of things that people don't think about on the pricing too is when it is personalized, when it is like a script or things like that, that's not something that can be turned around and made into content. If it's a generic, like, oh, I want to see you doing this thing, cool, you can give that to that person, let them have it for a bit, and then like a month later you can post it or whatever. and that's fine, and you can reuse that for content. But when it is personalized, when it is specific things that that person wants to hear, you are paying for that. Like, I can't do anything with that anymore, so this is yours. So you need to pay for the exclusivity of, like, this is yours now.
Like, I just spent like 30 minutes recording this when I could have spent 30 minutes recording content,
Yeah.
you know, for public use. And like, that's the thing, I had like a little dilemma. Basically, like, if someone just complains, I fucking block them and move on now. But I had a little dilemma, but people were like, you're charging way too much for your VODs. It's like $20 for a 3-hour VOD of straight just goon. Like, you get to keep that forever. If you can't spare $20 for a 3-hour VOD, what are you doing on this website?
I just assume it's because it's like the watching of the actual VOD is only going to last about a minute and a half at most.
Yeah.
So that they're like that much money for 30 seconds? Oh.
Not my problem.
Get good.
Get good. Yeah, no, but yeah, going back to your question, it's just block and move on now. I used to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, I am so sorry, but recently, I've been kind of standing up for myself, and I've been letting a lot of people get away with shit for free, and now I'm just like, you know what, if you want to continue this, you're gonna have to pay me.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Yeah, on what RM was saying, he was like, dude, $20 for a 3-hour VOD is on their end like highway robbery. That is like ridiculously understandable and cheap for 3 hours of content, especially in the niche that we're talking about. Like, there's a lot of trying to take advantage. People might see it as like bartering, but it's like, dog, when you're coming in and my prices are already very reasonable, and you're like, oh my gosh, you can't do better than that. I'm like, you go use Google then. I don't know, man. I'm sorry about it. Like,
yeah.
Anyway.
Like, there's a lot of free stuff. You know, if you can't afford it, go somewhere else.
I will say I saw your post at the beginning of the year, top 250. That's insane. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Round
I
of
tried so
applause.
hard.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and you know, I hate to say it, but like, I hate to say it, but the numbers do matter. Like, that stupid, silly little fucking badge does matter, because like, I was stuck at like 4K for the longest time, and once I got that badge in my profile, I literally gained like 900 followers in 2 days.
Oh yeah, because, okay, let's talk creators. It's in the NSFW space, but also in the general content creation. Obviously, we're all super happy about the people that are there, but people who are saying like, oh, numbers don't matter, they do, because those numbers are how you go and search, like when people are searching for things, or on the front page or whatever. Like, those numbers clearly do matter, because once you can hit whatever threshold that puts you top of the search for that game, or on the front page or whatever, that is going to funnel more people. So it's an exponential growth of reaching a certain threshold and then more people funneling to it. And I feel like people want to be nice and be like, oh no, like, it's all for, like, okay, but yes, I love the game. It's for the love of the game. I wouldn't do this if I didn't enjoy it. But also, it is nice to have people appreciate what you're doing, enjoy your content, and all of that. And it is important.
Yeah, no, it is. And I just hate to say it, because like, it just feels so icky, you know? I feel like numbers do matter. They do. And it's icky that they do. And, you know, I was struggling with it for a little bit, like a couple days, but now I'm just, you know, it's okay. A number shouldn't, like, that little badge shouldn't, my worth shouldn't be, like, determined by a little badge, but it definitely does help. It definitely does help me feel good. So.
See, and I think that's what it comes down to, is like, know that you're valuable without it, but also part of like that is, I know that I'm valuable. It makes me happy to see that other people see it too. So I'm not over here shitting on myself because I'm not at that number, but it is going to feel good when that number goes up.
And you know, it's a number thing. It bothered me when I first started streaming on that site. It was like, I knew it was going to be better than Twitch in number wise, but just how much better it does than Twitch number wise kind of sucks sometimes, because like my normal streams do like over like 150 people, and like I'm pushing like 25-30 on Twitch, and I've literally had people like straight up say to my face on the other side, like, yeah, I'm not watching you on Twitch. I was like, oh, thanks, appreciate it.
That does suck, because honestly, like, we'll be real, I haven't been on your other side, but I have watched your Twitch stuff, and you're really entertaining. You are funny, and it's really enjoyable. And so, I don't know. Give it a chance, everyone. I mean,
I
we're all here. We
appreciate
all
it.
know. We all know. Like, there's two kinds of people on the internet. There's gooners and liars. But like, also, your Twitch content is very good. You clearly put a lot of heart and soul into that as well. Because like, I'm being realistic. I've definitely seen people who their Twitch is just a funnel, and so like, there's not a lot of effort put into it. It is just like, hey, this is just something that I can do to funnel people over. But you seem to put so much effort into both sides of it, and I think that's very admirable.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely, it started out as more of a side thing, but now that my, V8 work is taking off and, I'm having a lot of fun doing what I do, it definitely, is more like equal now. I put equal amount of work into it, and I couldn't view that as like a funnel. Like, people are gonna stay on Twitch, people are gonna stay on the other side, and I do my best to get them to intermingle sometimes. But people are gonna have their opinions and stuff, but I think I'm pretty entertaining, and thank you for saying it. I enjoy myself.
Absolutely. I will say that while I was researching for all of this, I did end up finding your other account on Twitter, and then I was like, I know that there's probably stuff I could ask questions about here, and it's not like a feeling weird. Like, my community knows, like, I follow my friends' other stuff. I help hype it up because like, that's part of their brand. So I don't have a problem with it, but I was just like, I'm going to accidentally like something, and I've not have communicated with her that I'm investigating. It's just gonna be like randomly like a post from like a year and a half ago on your other account that's like, oh, Nero liked that. But I was like, you know what, we'll leave that off the table
thanks so
now.
much. Yeah, no, that happens sometimes. There's like a couple videos that I really, really like that I've done, but it's like over a year ago that I've done them, and sometimes people like come and like retweet it. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed that one.
I really need to make a separate account because like, RM has his After Dark account because he works in the industry for like making toys and stuff like that. Like, you used to, he doesn't do it anymore, but he still has a lot of connections and friends, so he's constantly like retweeting their new launches and stuff like that. I see those, and then I just throw it up on main, and then people are like, oh yeah, there's like Twitch announcement, and then there's talking about what was going on with the family, and then there's Rainbow Dong on live. Like,
yeah, no, that was kind of the same thing. I wasn't originally gonna make a separate account, but I really wanted the other one to be more like VA focused. And I feel like it would have gotten drowned out in my main account. But like, both accounts are like, I'm NSFW on both accounts. Maybe not as intense on the main one, but
it's sort of the difference between like lewd and explicit, I would say, from what I've noticed. Since we were right on there, do you have any pets?
Currently no, but I grew up with pets. And my parents.
The correct
have
answer
two
was
dogs,
yes,
two
a
cats.
turtle. Oh.
True. He is a pet. Yep.
So again, from your
And
Twitter,
Andy and Crow.
I was creeping, and saw that you were awake at 4 a.m. my time, which is what, 2 a.m. your time, making Christmas goodies. Do you enjoy baking, or was that like a necessity thing, like you had to do it?
Oh, I enjoy baking a lot. I haven't baked. That was the first time I had baked in a while. But I grew up baking. I pride myself by knowing how to make pie crust from scratch.
Ooh.
Because everyone's like, I just buy pie crust. I was like, I will make it for you. But yeah, I love baking. It's something that I grew up in a little fun fact, no context lore drop. I grew up in a cult.
Oh shit! I was about to make a joke about that.
No, yeah.
The way you were like,
cult,
the way you stopped, I was like, cult.
Yeah, I grew up in an actual cult. I'm not gonna reveal the name because it would probably, dox me. But I grew up in a cult, and they are still active. But the only time that my family was actually decent and tolerable was when we baked together, and all the girls in the family would have to bake for parties and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. So good memories there, bad memories everywhere else.
It's
But
that
I
little
love
like, what is it? The little diamond in the pile of shit.
Yes, it was and I always kept trying to bake because when I knew that once the baking was over, it would go back to being absolutely awful. So I always tried to initiate baking, yeah, I will never bake snickerdoodle cookies again. That's the one thing I will not bake because that's what I had to make constantly for all of them.
That's so unfortunate.
But
I love snickerdoodle cookies so much.
I know they're so good, but I will eat them, but I will never make them.
What is your
But yeah, I
favorite
love
thing to
baking.
bake then?
Pumpkin pie, and I
Oh.
love making
Oh,
pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
you are a lucky man, Turtle. I am jealous. I am jealous. Pumpkin pie is my go-to. My birthday's in October, so that was always like a thing. Love pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I love making it.
So, jumping back, because I completely this was back with your covers and everything. Do you have a like go-to song if people are like, oh, I want to hear you sing? Do you have like a song that just immediately comes out?
Yeah, actually, it's not released, but whenever people are like, when I apply for concerts, because I've been in like 6 or 7 concerts, I always put this song in it. And I was like, it's a duo song, but I'm at, this spot, this spot, and this spot. Because I really, really like how it turned out. And I'm just, here, I can send it to you.
Do you want to drop a bar right now?
A bar? No. You put me on the
Okay.
spot, I'm nervous.
No, okay, I'm glad
But,
you didn't, because I did that to one person one time, and then they did, and they're like, all right, bro, your turn. And I was like, oh shit, this backfired.
Yeah, no, like I love singing, and I probably would never do a karaoke stream, but I got super comfortable one time on the other site, and I started like singing while playing Water Park Sim after like a really long session, and people were like, you have a really good voice. I was like, oh shit, am I singing? I forgot I was here. I was just recovering.
So, new lore drop, Raven, whilst recovering, becomes very vocal.
Yes.
See, I am quite the opposite. The idea of being recorded and all of that is still very terrifying to me, but I have gotten on multiple times and done both drunk and sober karaoke streams with just random friends on stream.
Yeah, I really want to do a karaoke stream, but I'm just like scared, nervous.
There's like, I'm of two minds on that. My immediate thought was like, yo, we gotta get Raven on a karaoke night. And then the other part of me was like, she's gonna put everyone to shame. I'm gonna feel bad about myself.
I would be so down to join a karaoke night.
Do you have a preferred genre of music? Like, what is your vibe? You're feeling good, it's just a normal day, and you are like, I'm gonna turn on this type of music.
Man,
1600s are 30 and throat singing. Oh.
I don't have a specific genre I like, so to say. It's just I like what I like. My playlist is like girly pop music, and then like metal, and then a musical song, and then like funk, and it's just kind of whatever I want to listen to.
That's fair. That's fair. So, have you either in personal life or as a content creator, have you ever done any like competitions in which you utilized your singing?
Competitions? No, unfortunately. I would love to. I've mostly just done concerts and random little lore drop. As a kid, I was on 3 children's albums.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now we gotta get the internet sleuths on it. We gotta find a
Oh,
small
God.
child who sounds like she might have grown up to be Raven.
Oh,
The only thing I have like that is I was in a magic tutorial video that got pretty big in Thailand for some reason. I know he traveled a lot, but it got really big in Thailand. And I'm like, just some random ass little kid from Oklahoma has a very popular magic tutorial video. It started out as a cassette, it moved up to DVD. And it was just because my uncle was a magician who did magic with this other magician. And they're like, hey, do you want to be in our like little video showing magic tricks? I was like, sure, why not?
dude, that's awesome.
Oh,
find
yes,
that.
yes. Okay, sorry, I know, that was way too hyped, but I want to talk about it. During researching for this, I found your merch, and your merch is just so fucking cool. And I want you to plug that real quick, just because I think more people need to see it, and they need to know where to get some just kick-ass merch.
Okay, I can put the link in the chat.
Do it.
Will I get banned?
No.
Okay. I was like, will I get bonked? I have merch, and it's on a site called VLOL. Let me get my link.
But no, it all just looks super cool, and I thought it was really cool while I was looking at it. So I was like, we have to bring this up at least once.
More will be coming soon. But yeah, no, I really love it. The stickers are, the holographic sticker is from a really good artist friend of mine. The one with the pigtails is from a studio, an art studio, and I just love all their artists. The keychain's from Crow, one of my mods. And the mouse pad is from Rosebell.
I have to ask about
dream artist
Crow.
of mine.
I have to ask about Crow. I've seen that name around, and I saw him in your chat, and I was like, that looks so familiar. Does Crow post art online? Like on...
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that's where I've seen Crow before. I was like, I know that name, I've seen that handle before, and I couldn't place it.
Yeah, no, Crow with a Q. Yeah, no, I found him in 2022, and I've commissioned him a lot, and one day I was just like, hi, you want to become friends and maybe hang out on Discord? And he's like, oh my god, yes, I've been wanting to ask you, but I've been so nervous. I was like, I was so nervous too, let's hang out. And then, you know, we kind of like became really good friends, and started spending a lot of time together, and I introduced my mod Andy to them, and now it's like double date every single time we hang out, because you're welcome for introducing you guys. I never gotta thank you, by the way.
I never gotta thank you. No, but that's
I never
awesome.
gotta thank you, by the way. But yeah,
your merch is crazy, and I think everyone should check that out.
thank you so much. Yeah, I really like it. More's coming soon.
Ooh, little teasers. You crawl through PCs and spread freakiness. When should I expect symptoms to start showing?
Anytime. I like to show up at random times. Like, you know, when you're in the middle of a comp game that's going really well, I'm just gonna crash your PC. For fun.
That's gonna become part of it now. Like, anytime
me.
something fucks up, I'm gonna be like, Raven's here.
Yeah, no, because I'm jealous that you're better than me, so I'm just gonna crash your PC. And
I promise I'm not. I'll throw that out here right now. I used to be absolutely goated at Overwatch, like the original one, and then I never played anything competitive ever again.
Yeah, I used to do Overwatch. I am free, but I am now trapped in Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals. Yeah, I played Overwatch since like 2016. And then I freed myself last year.
Who were your characters in Overwatch? I have to know.
Diva and Diva. I was a one-trick pony.
Okay, so what did you play on? I have to know.
Xbox, and then I moved to PC.
Okay, so they used to have different leaderboards for the different platforms. I made it to top 10 with both Diva and May. Those were my two. But that was for PlayStation. And so it was like the top 10 of losers on PlayStation. But I was so proud of that. And then they switched everything up, and I was like, fuck this game. And I just left and stopped doing it.
Yeah, no, that was me. I stuck it out for a long time, but I hate the changes. I really want Overwatch 1 back. It was so fun.
Yep.
I started playing again a little bit when they brought back 6v6. It didn't feel the same without, like, the OG abilities and stuff. Like, I still remember, like, Mercy's mass heal and, the chaos, or mass revive, and the chaos it would cause with that. And I also, like, struggled a bit because I'm a very, in-your-face type of player. So when it got reduced to one tank, I really had to change my playstyle in not a way that I enjoyed, because I used to just run in and, like, be in people's face while the other tank was, like, back there with the team, and then, like, fly out and, like, leave my bomb and, like, you know, but now I had so many other responsibilities, and, you know, it wasn't fun, so I changed.
I just feel like they shook it up too much too often too, because, like, about the time you'd start feeling slightly comfortable with anything, they'd be like, hey, just kidding, it's different again.
Yeah, I think the, like, final straw for me was, like, I forget exactly what it was, but it was last year sometime. I think it was like they had just announced a new hero, and it was just like, it wasn't fun anymore. It was like so ass, and I hated it. And you know, because it wasn't balanced, and they brought in like arena mode.
Yeah.
And okay, I will be so honest, the only reason I ever gave Overwatch 2 a chance was because the promise of PvE, and then they completely fucking just poof, gone. Never to be seen again.
See, I grew up on like RPGs where I didn't have to play with anyone. So I always enjoyed the things where I could get on with a friend and do just like stuff against like the Halloween thing where they had like the castle and you were defending against all the things coming out.
That was so fun.
That was so fun. I'm not huge. I'm not super competitive when it comes to things because like I just want to have fun. And I'm not having fun when I'm super focused on all of the meta and all of that. And also I'm used to not playing with people, so in a game where I'm forced to already play with people and then everyone's angry because it's so competitive, I'm like, guys, I just want to play games.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy multiplayer PvE games. That's just something I really have a lot of fun with. So when Rivals did the zombies mode, I think it just left like today. That I played the shit out of that, man. It was so fun. I love that so much, and I really hope that more games do that. They do say there's gonna be another PvE mode coming soon. I hope it's sooner than later because I'd love to play more of that. But most people who play these games are like super competitive, and God, we were noticing it in quick play the other day because my friends and I were playing quick play. Just people are just way too serious. Like quick play, I'm trying to learn new characters.
Yeah.
They're just like, why are you ass? And I'm like, because I've never played this one before. How am I supposed to learn? Leave me alone.
So do you recommend Marvel Rivals? Because I've had it downloaded for like months and have not touched it. Because somebody was like, oh, you should try it, and then I did it and then just never touched it.
Yes and no.
I like that hesitation.
You're an ex-Overwatch player, so you know how much a game can piss you off, but it's fun.
That's the kind of like response I expect from like League of Legends and stuff. I've asked people like, should I try to learn that? I'm like, no, don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Do not learn League of Legends. But no, Rivals is fun. You're gonna have bad games. You're gonna have games that make you want to uninstall. But it's a lot of fun.
Well, interesting. I might have to give it a check. We have hit the point in the list now where this is all going to be questions from either my community or your community. So brace your butt and get ready.
I'm ready.
The first one we have is, what virus protection is ribbed for her pleasure?
What's that one called?
Norton
Malware, anti-malware. That one, it's like a blue. I don't know, I don't have any on my PC right now.
I was gonna say, I'm just rocking the Windows Defender.
Yeah, Windows Defender, like that one, Sunlocked. I'm trying to think of virus that, I was about to say NordVPN, but that's a VPN. I don't
Malware
know antivirus. Malware Bites, that one. I used to have that one, so maybe that one.
Have you ever received any requests that were especially sweet or weird?
Both, yes. Weird, I do want to say, I like weird. Just because it's weird to me and to other people doesn't mean it's not good. I like to kink investigate, not kink judge. But yeah, it's a really sweet one. Was they wanted me to, I ended up declining this one just because I didn't feel like I would do it justice. But there was a voice actor that they used to commission a lot that sadly passed away, and they said my voice was perfect for it, would be a perfect replacement. But that one, it was really early on in my voice acting career, and it just put me under a lot of pressure, so I sadly declined it. And then there's a gross weird one, like actually weird, and then there's like an interesting one. The interesting one is, instead of me making sounds into a microphone, they wanted me to send a picture of what I was eating, and then record me eating it.
Interesting.
Whatever floats your boat, my guy. But then the other one was, they wanted to, it's really gross, but they wanted me to record a audio for them because I had the same nickname as their daughter.
Oh.
I said absolutely not.
Oh,
I am blocking
gosh.
you. Yeah, they're just
no.
like, Raven's my daughter's nickname. Could you say this for me, please? I was like, nope, sorry. That makes me feel weird.
Wow.
But thankfully, there hasn't been a lot of those. I expected more, you know? I expected more weirdness like that. It's more
I feel like weirdness also depends on what you're like. I'm sorry, we're gonna be real for a second. A lot of things have a price tag. It's the whole joke of the woman who's like, I was at the gas station and the guy's like, I'll pay you $20 to let me take a picture of your feet. And she's like, no. And he's like, what about 50? And I was like, no, I have standards. And then he said 200. So anyway, I'm on the way to the mall to get some new shoes.
Now me, I mean $20 is $20. That can buy me a
For sure.
Chick-fil-A
I have a shirt
meal.
that says that.
Yep, that could buy me a Chick-fil-A meal. But no, yeah, I am an I have it as a as in my bio on the other account, on my spicy account, I said nympho for money.
That's so real.
I am an absolute, yeah, no, I will literally do anything for money. I like to say, do I look like a person that could be bought? You are absolutely correct. But yeah, no, there are some, again, like hard no's that I do, but like most of the time, my opinion on stuff is probably not popular because I am a psychology major, a forensic psychology major, so I learned with a focus in abnormal behavior. So I learned a lot about people who are weird, people who have actual like disorders, and like people who have gone away for some bad things. And my whole thing is, if they are forcing them to conform to normal society, is just gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
There are ways to, like, those things that are bad about what they like are never gonna go away. And sorry if this is like controversial, but like, if a consenting adult reaches out to another consenting adult and wants to fulfill a fantasy, in a consenting way where everyone is an adult, and that, prevents him from doing something bad, go ahead.
This is how you stop people from beating off behind the trash can in a Walmart parking lot.
Yes, no, literally, yes. Like, this is how you stop, like, actual perverts, and this is how you stop, like, bad things from happening. It's just like, if two consenting adults agree to do something, like, so fucking what?
So
it's not hurting the consenting adults.
Going back to something you said earlier too, I find that interesting because we talk a lot about the history of work like this, me and RM, and we bring up a lot of times like why there's such a negative view of CNC is because back in the older days when it was first becoming a thing and there were like productions and stuff like that, there was a lot of really sketchy shit. It was basically at gunpoint. It's like, oh, at the end of the video, it's like, I agreed to do this. And it was really fucking sketchy. But now we're in a thing where like, you're at home by yourself. No one's making you do this. If you want to do CNC content, it's very different than the stuff that was going out 20, 30 years ago. That it was like, this just sort of looks like NC and is not like CNC.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And it's that's why I said my opinions on stuff might be controversial, because there are there's a group of people who just don't understand kink, and like, they don't understand that everything that happens is consensual. Like, of course there's always going to be a bad egg, and myself, I've had experiences with SA and stuff like that, and I'm still like really into this stuff. But like, there's always going to be people who abuse it. There's always going to be people who take advantage of people, and you just got to protect yourself by making sure you are 100% sure that you want everything to happen, and they are 100% sure that they want everything to happen.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm clapping my hands quietly to not. But we've talked about this before. Is a lot of it is people are like, oh my gosh, how could you, like, because if it is two consenting adults who have trust between each other, like it's I'm not just going to walk up to some random person and slap them across the face. But if you and I are engaged in activities and you want it and I want to do it and all of that stuff, it's different. It is not. You are looking at it from the idea of the action in a vacuum versus, like you said, people consenting and being into it and wanting to and all of that stuff, which completely changes the dynamic. Like, I'm not just gonna walk up to a random person and be like, what's up, you dirty bitch? But like, if that's what your partner is into, and like you guys have talked about, and you trust each other, because even in like not relationship settings, there is trust building between a dom and a sub that like is very important. You should not enter a sub relationship with someone you do not trust to respect your boundaries, have their boundaries, have people always joke about the safe word, but like it is because you can build it on trust, and so that is very important, and that also helps with the relationship there because it is built on a foundation of understanding, desire, and respect.
Yes. About the dom sub thing, my partner says this a lot. It doesn't matter if you're a dom, nothing is gonna happen. Like, the real person in charge is your sub. Nothing
Yep.
is gonna happen without their permission.
Yep.
They're just like, I'm a dom, so you're gonna listen to me. No, literally nothing that you do is gonna happen unless they're okay with it.
Yep.
And people don't get
Exactly.
that. People don't get that. I've gotten into a lot of arguments with people, and they don't fucking get that. Just like, I'm a dom. That means I'm in charge. No, I'm
No, because
sorry.
people don't understand the
It's
thing that
literally
the like in the parentheses, it is a willful submission. It is not
not.
like and like you can debate all you want about like, oh, that's not your business. Who would want to do that if they want to, whatever. But like it is a willful thing in a good, healthy dom sub relationship. That is how it is. Obviously, there are people who do not practice healthy kink exploration, but when it is done properly, it is a willful submission, and it is a almost caring domination. Sounds weird, but like it is, you have to have those parts. And again, then you get into like degradation and stuff, but again, it is a willful degradee and all of that, so you have to have that understanding.
Yeah, no, like, personally, I'm into that. Like, I like being talked down to, in the bedroom, but, like, my partner always, like, after is like, make sure is like, you know what, none of that was true, like, I'm making sure you're good, and aftercare is very important. Especially, like, even if it's just like vanilla is shit, aftercare is important. You have to make sure both people feel loved at the end of the day. Nobody feels used. Nobody feels, taken advantage of.
I feel like people make jokes a lot about the whole like the princess in public, freak in the private, but like I feel like that is something that really does help. It's like, no, when me and my wife are out and about, she is absolutely my queen and super respectful and protective of her and all of that stuff, but that does not mean that it is super boring and whatever when doors are closed.
Yeah.
It is a balancing thing,
No, I completely agree. I found my people. Yeah, no, it's I'm like super open and into it, and it's just there's not a lot that makes me weirded out. And like going back to like what I said before, it's coming from a purely psychological standpoint. Learning about these people, it's if you tell them they're doing wrong and making them like, you can't do this, you can't feel like that, it's literally just gonna make them like, more intense. It's gonna make them like actually do something bad. But like if you give them an opportunity and a space to express themselves in a way where there's, both parties are consenting, who cares? That's my
there
opinion
is
on
the
it.
interesting psychology behind if you are constantly labeling someone as degenerate and bad, they tie it to, okay, well, degeneracy and bad feels good, which can lead further into other things too, because if, oh, what about this other thing that people are always saying is bad or wrong or whatever, and because you have now tied them feeling good to being degenerate and bad, that now has that like reward center. Doing something bad makes me feel good.
No, yeah, that's exactly it, actually. And people don't realize that it actually rewires the brain. It rewires the brain synapses instead of like, to a way to easily explain it, there's the right and wrong center, and then there's the pleasure center. It literally like skips the right and wrong like decision area, and it goes straight from the right and wrong to pleasure.
Yeah, so then
So, it
decisions are being made
basically-
off of what feels good.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I like this, it makes me feel good, it gets me going, that's good. Even though someone says it's wrong, I know it's good. And it gets them confused.
And then you have most of Twitter. Oh.
Yes. No, that's, yeah. Then you have most of Twitter, and, and it's it's hilarious to me because without revealing too much, how do I say this? Most of the people who are super against something are actually the people who enjoy it the most.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I feel like that keeps getting reinforced a lot, especially in the creator space. a lot of the
Yeah.
people who really, really loudly shit on other people when stuff comes out, you're just sort of like, all right, let me start the timer to see how long it takes for them to be
Yeah.
caught in this.
Yeah, and especially when it comes into like super like bad stuff, people who are most outspoken against it are actually the ones who are into it. That makes sense.
Yeah, no. I'm like tipped. I was like, yes, agreed. Strong agreed.
Yeah.
Do you plan on going to any cons? And if so, would you prefer going to a more traditional VTubing venue, or would you prefer to go to adult industry events like XBiz?
Both. And yes, I'm going to cons. I actually have a few coming up. I don't think I can reveal them just yet, but it is a mix of regular conventions and adult conventions. And I would love to go to like a Comic-Con, you know? But yeah, no, I am going to a bunch of different conventions. I like the comparison, if that's the word. I like the difference of going to like a regular anime convention versus like a adult convention, because it gives like different perspectives.
I do
'Cause,
think it's
like,
really interesting when people like are doing videos in some of the adult things, and you're expecting again like the Goon Cave. Everyone's like jerking. I'm like, nah, most people are just like chill and getting to meet their creators. Obviously, you're gonna have weird people, but you have weird people at Comic-Con too. Like, but for the most part, it's like, nah, they're actually honestly probably more on average respectful of boundaries and stuff than some of the conventions
Yeah.
I've been to.
Yeah, no, like I felt most comfortable at like adult conventions. Cause like at TwitchCon especially, God, people are so weird. People are so weird. And like none of that has ever happened at like a traditional anime convention versus like an adult convention. But like TwitchCon was so weird. I had so many weird experiences. And I've also had like super like wholesome experiences. I've met a lot of like there was this one that was absolutely hilarious to me. It was earlier this year. I forget what convention it was at, but this little kid came up to me and was like super like enamored and like, oh my god, you're real, like, whoa, that's so cool. And I was like telling them about everything, and like he was asking me a bunch of questions, and he's like, what's your favorite game, what's your favorite movie? And he's like 7 or something, and he's like, what's your name, I'm gonna look you up, mom, scan the QR code. And I was like, oh,
Don't.
and then she's like, I took a picture of it, honey. And then I like called the mom over. He's like, I'm gonna go now, okay, bye. And he was like super excited. And like I called the mom over. I was like, hi, please don't let him watch me.
I'm
And she's
I'm
like, no,
doing my
don't worry,
best.
I won't. She's like, don't worry, I won't. I was like, thanks so much. Please don't let him watch me. But it's just like I've had really cool experiences with like younger kids who there was one that made me cry. It was at, God, what was it at? I forget what was it was like it was when I was at, I forget. But this little kid came up to me, and it was like an alternative kid. And they were basically saying how I had all of their favorite colors, and they thought I was so cool, and it made them feel cool, and it made them confident to wear their favorite colors to school.
See, that's awesome. That
I'm like,
that feels good.
they're just like, see, you have all my favorite colors, and like I'm scared to wear them to school, but now I'm not because you're so cool. And I'm like, stop it right now. Stop it right now.
That's
It's like,
absolutely
you
fantastic.
send your bullies to me, I'll take care of them. I'll take care of your bullies. I'll get them.
I'll
But,
punch a
you know,
child.
I will. Okay, some of these kids are like, some of these kids are nasty, bro. God, some of these kids today are like so mean. It
Dude,
happens
I
so much at
know.
TwitchCon. God, some of these fucking kids are so nasty and like rude, and like, your mom know you talk like that? Your
I
mom
feel
know
bad
you're
for
acting
kids
like
these
that?
days. It's ridiculous. Little
God.
background. I pulled my kids from school. I homeschool my kids.
Mm.
And because it's just like, holy shit. I thought it was bad when I was in school, because like bullying still happened, but I was like, nah, these kids are like, these kids are wicked. It is rough.
Yeah. Yeah, like I had my experiences in high school and middle school, but like I see how kids talk now, and I'm like, oh my god, like, fuck, dude, they're so nasty.
That's what
They're
I
so
do hate, because
nasty.
like you will see, and this is getting into the like complaining about generations, but like the older generations, they're like, oh well, bullying's always been a thing and you just get over it. I'm like, no, you don't understand, especially with social media and with the things that kids have constant access to now. Like, it's not, oh, we're gonna make fun of you, it's we are going to fucking destroy your life. We're going to find everything that you don't like about you, and we are going to stomp it into the ground, and we're gonna make sure that everybody knows it. And it's
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be a kid right now.
Yeah, no, oh my god, it's so bad, especially with social media and like everyone has a phone. Like I didn't have a phone until high school, and I only got a phone because like I stayed after school and my mom needed to know when to pick me up. But like, god, I was hearing some of my brother just graduated this past year from high school, and he was telling me some of the stuff that was going on in the school, and I'm like, "Oh my god, like
Yep.
that I couldn't even imagine going through that. Like I was a quote unquote bad kid because I got into a lot of fights because I have
Raven
older
throwing
parents.
hands.
Yeah, no, I did. My dad's in his 70s, so he is kind of like the no bullshit kind of older person. Like if someone gives you shit, punch them. That'll teach him. I was like, okay. So I did, and like that's a whole nother lore story of what happened to me in high school. But I didn't go to the best school, so I had to protect myself a lot. And unfortunately, the people I thought were my friends were not my friends, and I got into a lot of physical altercations with them because they were joking around. But
So
They were not.
I have weird things with that. I have had to deal with it because like I have a really good group of friends that have supported me in streaming and all of that. But it's very hard. I, as a guy, was I don't make male friendships very well because I don't understand the like guys pick at each other a lot, and because I was bullied heavily as a kid. And it was one of those things that only stopped when I started throwing hands, and then I got in that emotional spot of like, why do people hate me so much that they want to fight and all of that stuff, and it was very difficult. So I have a very negative immediate reaction to men, and the entire group of my friends are great guys, and I feel bad, but they have to do like aftercare sometimes, and they will just be like, hey, I noticed you got quiet in chat, I just wanted to let you know that we're all playing around and we love you and you're great. And I'm like, I appreciate you guys very much, because I struggle still to this day. It's been like 13 years because I graduated at 16, so it's been like 13 years since I got away from that. But I'm still just like, I still just don't trust men because I'm like, I know you guys suck.
Yeah, I'm the same way with girls. Girl, I don't trust. It takes me a lot of time to trust girls because girls are such lying, manipulative bitches, and they
I just
will
want to make it clear
actually
that that was
like.
her, not me.
But yeah, no, I've met some of the nicest girls and I met some of the absolute worst. And, you know, unfortunately, I had a lot of the absolute worst in the early stages of my life. And I don't think I had like good female friends until this year. Last year. Because like all my female friends, I had 2 female friends in my high school life, and they were both hooking up with my boyfriend at the time.
Good lord.
Yeah, no, that's a whole story. I found out my entire friend group because they were all his friends, were all having orgies. So that was so fun to find out. And the only reason I found out is because someone got invited to them and said no and thought it was weird and asked me if I knew, and I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah. So literally I would cry to these girls. I'm like, I think he's cheating on me. Like, and they're like, no, he would never do that. He's so kind. I've known him for years. And then they would actually go that same night after I left because I wasn't allowed to have sleepovers and like actually have orgies with him. So
That's wild.
safe to say, when I broke up with him, I didn't have friends. Literally all of my friends were his friends. So I literally had no friends when I broke up with him, so that's also why I started VTubing. And then I got into bad friendships there, and I'm like, wow, this sucks. Let me remove myself. So I removed myself and then got up to another bad friendship. I'm like, wow, this sucks. Let me remove myself. And then now I'm better with friendships. So
I think it is interesting because, like you said, it's been like the last year, 2 years. Did you also find it sort of difficult? Because it's something I struggle with my friends. Of like I don't know that these people actually like me, and it's almost that the hard trust in friendship thing?
Yeah, no, I struggle with it a lot because one of the friendships I just mentioned, it was literally, we hung out almost every day for a year. We helped him out, my partner and I helped him out financially, literally paid his rent and bills, and it gave him food money. But the entire time we found out that he was absolutely lying about everything I was doing and convincing other people that I was an abusive bitch who was hurting Turtle every night and call. And I was using him, and I bought all my followers, and I was boring, and yeah, a lot of other stuff. So that actually turned out to be my worst fear. Like, this person actually secretly hates me, because they did.
Also, the proper
But
response to that is just, I do hurt Turtle every night, but he likes it. It's fine.
true, true. Yeah, no, that's a whole long, complicated story. They ended up doxing us.
Good lord.
Yeah, but I have something. It's not a threat, but I have something that will literally like ruin him if he ever comes out with anything about me, because I found out that he uses fake names on legal documents but requires other people to use their real name.
Interesting.
Because he takes commissions for like thousands of dollars.
So, on a completely different note...
yeah, keep that in my back pocket.
Someone, especially after getting scary right there, someone wants to know, why are you so heckin' cute?
I don't know. No, but yeah, I don't know. Thank you for thinking I'm cute.
On the opposite spectrum, Turtle wants to know, is it tight? Which is just hilarious that he's the one that asked that, but...
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes.
What happens if I scan the barcode on your thighs?
Oh, it's a real barcode.
I'm so curious.
Also, the binary above it says Ravenna. It says my name.
That's so cool.
Basically, it's Turtle, right? Yes. Is Turtle tight? Yes. But no, it's a rug they sell at Costco with the same name as me.
That's cool.
Ravenna.
That's
so
cool.
when you scan it, it comes up with a rug because it's my name. But the binary is also binary for Ravenna. So
I think we're down to our last question, which is, how long did it take you to come up with your current design?
3 years.
That...
Pain.
That's so cool.
Tears. Blood, sweat, and tears.
My hair was originally just blue and white and black, but all the blood got in it. That's why it's pink.
Yes, that's why it's pink. No, yeah, I made my original model, like that design, back in like 2019, and I'm just, in the beginning I was super scared to like bring attention to myself because I wasn't confident with who I was, but quickly after I debuted my original design, I was like, yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna start designing the one I want to do. And basically it started out with me just watching all my favorite types of media, like watching Blade Runner, watching and then like she drew up a bunch of things and I was like, okay, I like this here and I like that there. And then after about a year and a half of just piecing stuff together, we had like a final idea, and then I colored it. I spent 8 months on the hair alone, looking at all the different color combinations and like where I wanted like my blacks parts and where I wanted like the blue, and you know, did I want black over here or over there? How did I want my horns? And yeah, Crow designed my hair. Drew it for me. And once that was done, I just gave it all to my artist and they drew it all on a ref sheet, and then I sent it off to my model artist, and they are the ones who designed. They're just like, your stomach looks a little empty, can I add a womb tattoo? And I was like, fuck it, you know. And they designed it. And they designed that womb tattoo for me, so I was like, hell yeah. And now it's complete. Now when you draw me without it, I'm like, there's something missing there.
That's awesome. I love all the detail, and that's why I'm glad somebody asked about it, because I wanted to know. I love the wings, and it was surprising. I saw your recent post about, you know, people just being like, yeah, I chose not to add the wings. I'm like, but the wings are so cool.
I don't understand why it happens, because it's such a, like, if I was an artist and I saw someone who had wings and a tail on their rev sheet, I would just add them. But I've quickly learned that it's not the same for everybody, and they're just like, oh, I thought they were optional. You know, like, I make them big on purpose, and like, you have a toggle to like turn them off. I kind of just tell people to deal with it because I'm just like, yeah, I'm not taking these off. Sorry.
See, that's why I see, especially because you pointed out like the people not wanting to do. That's why I put my wings up today, because I was like, I want to show off her wings because they're fucking awesome. And so I'm gonna give all the space for her wings to take center stage. Yeah, RM, your
Yeah.
branding is entirely optional.
Right? No, oh my god. There's so many people that like remove, and if it's like, oh, you forgot a tattoo, or you forgot like our hairpin, that's fine. Like, people can forget things. I will just remind them. But there's people who I've actually reminded them, and they've argued with me on whether or not it was gonna fit or look good. I was like, personally, I don't give a fuck about the background. Add my wings in. Like, I don't care if I block the entire background. Add my wings. I don't care if they're cut off. I don't care if only like a third of it is showing. I want them there. Like, I paid you to put them there.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I can't get past it. It looks cool. I think, okay, so realistically, gonna be slightly controversial, which I know I try not to be, but it's just one of those, like, the wings tie a lot together, and I don't understand, like, if you aren't comfortable drawing it, then say no. Like, if you don't want to, or ask beforehand, be like, hey, I'm not super comfortable with this. Would you like me to attempt it? Do you want to go ahead and not do this? But just to be like, yeah, that part of your design, I just nixed it because I wasn't about that.
Yeah, like, I think I've posted it like 4 or 5 times, like screenshots of people just telling me, yeah, I didn't like them, so I took them off. I'm like, I don't care. It's not your character. It's not your design. I don't care if you like it or not. Also, thanks for telling me that you don't like it after the artwork is complete and you just didn't tell me
Yep.
about it at all.
Yep.
Like, appreciate it. Also, I didn't ask for your opinion. But yeah, no, I try not to be rude to people, but when stuff like that happens, it's hard not to be rude.
That's where, like, I wish it's one of those, like, in the perfect world where you can, like, make the rules and everything. It's like, all right, well, cool. So that's like 20% of my design. So you cool giving that money back, or like taking
Yeah, like,
20% off the price.
yeah, give me a refund of 20% since you removed. I made them big on purpose. Like, on this model, they're small because like this is a customizable one. But like on the one that's getting rigged right now, I made them big on purpose. You know, because I want them there. I want you to look at them. I made
Okay,
my
I'm
tail,
sorry.
like,
You've said it 3 times now. I can't let it go. She makes it big on purpose. Go check out all
Yeah.
of her profiles. Pump up those numbers. She makes it big on purpose.
I
And
make it big on purpose.
that's your slogan for 2026.
True. No, because my original design had a small tail too. So I'm just like, make that shit fluffy and large. I want that shit down to my ankles. I want it to scrape on the floor when I walk. We want to look at Nero's big thing too?
On that note, do you have anything you want to pump up? You want to advertise? Do you have anything big going on that you can talk about?
Well, my birthday is at the end of this month. I'm going to have a 12-hour stream. Just to hang out and stuff. Also, my new debut is going to be sometime in the first half of 2026. Date TBA or TBD, because I haven't had everything finished yet. But it's going to be before April, fingers crossed.
Nice, absolutely. When is your birthday stream? I gotta know.
January 30th.
30th. All right. I was trying to see if I was gonna be in the hospital with baby for your stream, but hopefully baby is in a week and a half past due date, so it'll be fine.
If we have the same birthday, that'd be sick.
We're coming to the end of it. Please tell them all the places you wish for them to find you at.
I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. I have a regular Twitter and a spicy Twitter if you're into that. And also, if you're into spicy, I have another site that you can find on Twitter that I can also hear. I'm on TikTok, kinda. I post like once a month. I need to post more. Yeah, that's kind of it. You can find my Discord through my links. And I also have a group called VBimbo. if you want to check that out, the other girls are also really, really amazing as well.
Well, you heard it here. Hold on. I'm trying to do something. Do you have anything you want to say to everyone before we end off?
I think so. I had a really fun time.
Are you cool raiding into Cynical after this?
Yeah!
All right. Well, with that, I think we're good. I really appreciate you being here for this. This was super fun.
Thank you for wanting me here. I was very honored. I appreciate it a lot.
And seeing as I'm most likely going on a 4 to 6 week break, I can say it. Go check out her Fansly. It's awesome. Get her to the top of the charts. It's great. Pump it up. All of that good stuff. Have a great time, everyone, and I will see you maybe on the next one. Bye.